this works.
What am I doing? Oh, taking a picture of the cheese pool.
See if it works.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is this video?
It's a boomerang.
Oh.
You got it?
Is that acceptable?
It's okay. It's fine.
You want one with like longer?
No.
Okay. Success.
I thought you were gonna do from like when I bite it and pull it out and discard it. But you did it after I pulled it out already.
Oh. Well, you can try again.
Oh, good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, for everybody who missed the meatball making part of the stream, it's a turkey meatball, but since I don't discriminate against meats, I also threw in one Italian, like a spicy sausage link. I took it out of the casing and I mixed that into the protein because it's I got the leanest turkey. So if you have a lean turkey and it's just turkey, chances are your meatball's going to come out kind of dry. So I thought about it this morning and I'm like, I asked Todd to actually defrost one of the sausage links. Provide a little bit of the fat. Also, the little bit of cheese inside helps with that. Make sure that your meatballs aren't dry, because nothing is worse than a dry meatball. And I also, you can do it like that and just leave it there, stop there. Or what I did, I also threw in some tofu, firm tofu, and I mushed it up. And it just lightens the meatball, so it doesn't feel like too heavy in your stomach.
Basically, she's an omega genius.
But the sausage, yeah, it was a spicy sausage, so it adds the flavor, it adds the fat to the turkey, and yeah, that was pretty cool.
Definitely delicious. And yes, this is, the pasta is spaghetti squash. It's squash. So, for the more carb-friendly choice.
Q's taking notes. Q, like, honestly, I actually considered what kind of sausage meat to mix in, but there's so many combinations you could probably do. So.
Actually, one of my favorite non-Asian things you make is the spaghetti squash dish with meatballs. I mean, you made different variations, but it's always been one of my favorites, by the way.
Hello, hello. I don't think I've ever had squash. Yeah, this spaghetti squash is like, some places just don't, it's not common in some places. It just depends on where you live, I guess.
Would you describe the spice of the sausage as white people spice? I think so. It's not very spicy. But I will say though, like, okay, bye Stefan. I think the cool thing about having the spaghetti squash as your, kind of like your spaghetti, basically, is that it does feel very light, so you finish this meal and you're not like dead.
Yeah, one of the problems I have with traditional spaghetti, like I grew up eating traditional spaghetti. Every Tuesday we had piano class, and then my mom would come home, like she would bring us home, and she wouldn't have time to make like an Asian meal, you know, because she always has like 3 dishes per meal. She didn't have time, so she would just do spaghetti. It would be seafood spaghetti, but spaghetti. And I would always feel kind of tired afterwards. Nowadays also when I eat it, I get tired. It's just the carbs, you know, they hit you.
Yep.
But this, super light, I can eat it for lunch.
So I'm a fan, personally.
Okay, in regards to what Hayden just said.
What did Hayden say?
I got you, Hayden.
Will you be pinning this recipe on Discord?
Says name is unavailable. So I didn't get the meatball recipe from anywhere, but I'll post the closest one and then add my notes underneath about like what I changed about it. So that's the next best thing. I'm still working on like compiling. I have like a Google Drive right now, like a Google folder, with all the recipes with my personal tweaks on them and or recipes I came up with, and I'm working on it. That way I can link that and it's all in one place.
More.
I one-shot of that one.
Did
And
you?
it's just a flavor bomb in my mouth.
It's delicious. Good job, Ebony.
I like the size of this. Although I still don't think I can finish it.
Weak. This game. That's a good amount. But it's just squash.
I know. But my stomach has a limited capacity.
Mine doesn't. You go.
I made a quesadilla. It took me 5 minutes to make. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Quesadillas are delicious.
True.
I realized some time ago how my energy levels change when I eat more and less carbs. Yeah. So, like the gimbap recipe, you know, the Korean sushi. Like after eating all of it, I could feel my energy level just shoot up and then crash super hard. I think we both crashed that day because of the amount of rice we ate in one sitting.
Spaghetti squash is the answer.
The size is great, although we won't have leftovers.
You mean for the squash?
The squash size, yeah.
That's fine though. We have another squash.
Yeah, this is butternut squash. I'll use it at some point. Tyler, your squash needs more meatballs.
I had a good amount. I also want to make sure there's enough for leftovers. That was a very smart play. Thinking for future me.
I seem to recall Kyle passing out. I think I took a picture that time that you passed out after that stream.
Never happened.
Bye, Blitz. Enjoy your meal.
Goodbye, Blitz.
My favorite green substitution for pasta is replacing lasagna plates with zucchini. Yes, I think I've done that before. TI 5, TI 6 boot camp. I did like my first time making lasagna, and I did some regular pasta plates, and then I subbed out some layers with the zucchini.
Smart.
Yeah.
Now I'm just cleaning up the squash.
Fudge could be a meatball. True.
What can be a meatball?
Somebody up here asked what hero would be like a meatball or spaghetti meatballs.
Hero?
Oh yeah, Neff. Is there a Dota hero that looks like spaghetti? And then somebody said potentially Pudge as a meatball. Oh, Neff said that too.
Pangolier?
Yes.
You want the last one?
I just took 3.
Okay.
And this is the last one, by the way.
For you. Yummy. Okay, great success.
So good.
Yes. I'm a big fan of this meal indeed.
You still have so much squash.
I cleaned it. Alright, fine. Get to work. Her level of making sure there's no food on the plate is definitely higher than mine.
Man, I want to eat more, but I know I'm full. That's discipline.
So don't.
I know. Do I play Dota? Yeah. When I have time. Nature is so cool, isn't it?
Nature.
Yeah. The squash. Squash looking like spaghetti.
Yep. Very cool. Big fan myself. Okay, it's
The meatball leftover, send it to me. I don't know if it will stay good for that long. Leftover meatballs for a meatball sandwich, tomato sauce and pasta. Yeah. Leftover meatballs.
Yep. I could eat more, but I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
This is a investment for the future.
Oh yes, future Thought will thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for leaving these meatballs, my friend. And I'll be like, no problem. Smart.
Also,
Alright, I'll
like
look
if
at
you
chat.
ate all of it, then near future you would feel kind of bad.
Yeah. Hello, Narco.
Hmm.
How much should I bench? I don't know.
I haven't drank anything. You're right.
Yep, it is a high IQ play enough.
Ah. Yay.
Good job, Ebony.
Good job, pal.
Winner.
That was really good. I'm really full.
Oh.
Tell in front of the computer later, hey, I'm so smart to leave meatballs from.
Yep, that's me.
No, it's mostly like probably like when you hear him turn off the when you see him turn off the camera when he's on stream, and then you hear him heating up stuff, that's when he's like, hey, I'm so smart to leave myself meatballs.
Oh, the rating.
I only ate half the zucchini squash. I mean the spaghetti squash.
Alright, what are you rating it?
Man, I'm rating it. This one was really good. I think the sausage edition, I've never done that. I've never tried that before, chat. Because most of the time, because I actually don't ever buy sausage.
You also haven't tried tofu.
We only buy sausage. We only bought the sausage for the pizza that we had at Benedict's place, and that was left over. So normally I won't have sausage to incorporate into a meatball. But now that I did, I don't know if I could ever go back.
That good.
Yeah, because I mean turkey meatballs are great, but adding in a separate, like a mixed, because I've seen it before on recipe sites. They recommend like a mixture so that your turkey doesn't dry out, but I was just like, whatever. But now that I did it, I'm like, oh, it tastes really good. The tofu thing is nice. It's not completely necessary, which is why, like, if it's not your cup of tea, then don't just ignore that part of the recipe. But I like it. It adds texture too, like chewy texture.
Mm-hmm.
Little bouncy texture. So I'm gonna say, like, this rate's pretty high for a Western meal.
How much do you give it?
Okay, spaghetti squash is like a 7.5, 7, because it's just like, it's already really good. It's a good squash, but it's just squash, right, by itself.
Okay.
So it's like, it's still above average. I would definitely choose it over regular pasta. The meatballs, on the other hand, is what really takes this dish to the next level. I'd say probably an 8 or a 9.
So an 8.5.
8 or a 9. The sauce is also really good, but I've made the sauce before, so like homemade sauce, really good. But if you're short on time, just use store-bought. Nobody cares. But yeah.
Okay.
I would never choose it over regular pasta.
You haven't tried it, have you?
Ebony rating something in 9 means is holy grail of food. Yeah. I don't know if Western food will ever get to a 9, but this comes pretty close. Because I'm just like, Western food in me, the oil and water a little bit, but this rate's really high.
Very good.
And now that I went first, you get to go second. What is your rating?
I was gonna give it a 9 anyways, as an overall dish, so it's just really good.
It's really good, guys. I'm happy. And I don't usually say that about Western food.
I'm curious to see how it would be like if you don't add tofu, if that like makes it better or worse.
Okay, I can try that next time. This was just an experiment.
I mean, I'm sure like there has to be some kind of possible improvement. Maybe if you had avocado in the meatballs, it would get a 9.5. But the cheese was good.
The cheese was pretty good too.
It was
so
good,
like
it was good.
Avocado, meatball, and mozzarella cheese, they're both worthy additions. I think they would probably elevate the meatball the same.
Fine. Either way, it's like a 9, you know, perhaps even
Although really,
a little higher.
stuffed meatballs, it's just a fun factor. Like, I don't think the mozz, like the meat mixture itself was already really good, and that's what I'm rating. The stuffing part would not add too much of a flavor component. It's just fun.
Okay.
So.
Well, great success, Emily. Good job.
Yay! This is a 10K MMR meal easy.
Yep.
I mean, everybody was begging for a Western style stream, so hopefully y'all are, I mean, no way you guys could have tasted it, but I wish you did. Name a dish you've rated 10. None.
Yes, because then there's no room for improvement.
Exactly. To rate something as perfect would mean no longer improving upon it.
This is why I choose to give it a 9 and not a 9.5.
Yes, I want to be invited over for dinner. Meal preps by Ev. How long does a squash hold up once it's cut up like this? I mean, just like any vegetable, any cooked vegetable in your fridge. I don't actually know. I've never actually had it long enough that it would go bad, because somebody would always eat it. Oh, uncooked, once you cut it up. But you wouldn't cut it unless you were going to cook it, right? I've had these squash kind of just sitting. I still have another one just sitting there. I mean, as long as it's in a cool, dry place, they can stay for quite a bit of time. I've had it there for like a week and a half. It's not like a zucchini kind of squash. These are like hard shelled, like butternut squash, spaghetti squash. They're all hard. So these gourds and whatever, they stay throughout the winter. Usually.
Strong.
That's why they're called winter squash.
Jeff has returned.
Oh, because I make a one-person meal, so I only use half of it. Well, I mean, if you're gonna cook it, you might as well just cook it all, and then store the rest in the cooked part of it. Store it in the fridge or in the freezer. You know, I could just scoop all this out and then put it in a plastic bag or freezer-safe container and stick it in the freezer until I wanted to eat it next, or in the fridge if it's within a week. So. Hope that answered your question. Okay, so I think we gave a rating. We had a good stream. I did have to start earlier today because I had a meeting in a bit, and it was a resounding success.
Yes.
So I'm happy. Good job.
Good job, Ebony.
Thanks for your help. Okay, so next stream, I mean, for the past couple weeks I've been doing like Monday, Friday, and this week I had to skip Monday. So if there's going to be another stream, what did you have on your hand just now?
I don't know. Probably cheese, I'm going to assume.
No, I think it was an onion.
Oh.
If I'm going to stream again this week, it will probably be Friday. But I will let you know on Discord. So if you're not in Discord, do join our Discord and chat with all these lovely people. They're pretty cool. And they sometimes say funny things.
Sometimes.
But I will definitely post the recipes. I'm a little bit behind. I don't think I posted last week's. So I'll post that usually by the end of the week. So we'll do that. Cool. All right. Good job, team. Good job, fam. Be good, be nice, be kind, be safe, and love you.